Hello everyone, we're here in PC Studies Master Degree and with us is Dr. Vandana Shiva. Thank you so much for coming. Dr. Shiva is well known to everyone as great feminist and great environmental activist from India. And also we have Dr. Amartya Sen with us. Dr. Amartya Sen, thank you. You are a great scientist and economics Nobel Prize winner. Thank you so much for that. And the first question to Dr. Shiva, how do we fight patriarchal society? How to achieve equality?
Well, I think the first thing in fighting patriarchy is to recognize its structures of domination. And that means recognizing that today it's a convergence of patriarchy and capitalism, which I call capitalist patriarchy, that has become the source of equality within that structure that is based on exclusion and is based on a patriarchal science assumption that ignores ecology, treats nature as dead raw material, treats women as a second sex, economic assumptions that totally leaves out women's productive capacities and contributions to the economy.
Very interesting point. Okay. And now, Dr. Sen, what is your secret to putting so complicated ideas in clear and elegant way as you did your entire career?
You're very kind to say that. But, partly, of course, mathematics has been one of my interests for a long time. When I was in school, my two favorite science subjects were mathematics and classics, which in India means Sanskrit. And these were the two competitions. But Sanskrit, of course, is very concerned with how do you put it, how do you place it.
We read for Professor Koide your text, How Economic Growth Has Become Anti-Life. Quote, however, economic growth hides the poverty it creates through the destruction of nature, which in turn leads to communities lacking the capacity to provide for themselves. Unquote. Then, how to connect or how to solve problems between economy and human rights?
Defending the planet, which is the base of all life and all economy. So at this point where we need more celebration of diversity, where we need more recognition of the invisible, the subjugated, where we need definitely much more commitment to compassion and non-violence. There's someone to take care of them. That's the economy, because economy is caring for the household, including all members of the household. That's where oikos is the root of economy.
Dr. Sen, we read your text, How to Do the Globalism, for the Professor Koide class, and I quote, the question is not just whether the poor too gain something from globalization, but whether they get a fair share and a fair opportunity, unquote. A crucial question is, why are people poor and why are people rich?
It really depends to a great extent on what we can sell, and in particular, how is our labor available, labor power. Marx made a big distinction between labor and labor power. How does the labor power available for marketing and at what price? And so I think the whole question really turns on that. And if there are other things that you can think of, educated people command higher wage, yes, because their labor productivity is higher, and also their status is higher. It's not all productivity, there are many other issues. Similarly, nutrition, often there was a big discussion about how undernourishment makes you less prone to find employment. And that will make you keep poor. But then, of course, once you are very poor, then you are a trap because you can't get the food.
Okay, very interesting point. In the same text, you said there is an urgent need for reforming institutional arrangements in order to overcome both the errors of omission and those of commission that tend to give the poor across the world such limited opportunities. Then what's the importance of education in our globalized world?
If you're not educated, you get a low wage. And if education is not available free, then you may not get yourself more educated. That's another trap. There are many such traps. Trap really means in this case that it works both ways. Economics is a subject where our interrelationships are very important. The kind of single-minded concentration on any one relation over all others is not a particularly good thing. But when you're taking a broad view, yes, all those things that may appear like a trap, which are basically a simultaneity of.
Dr. Shiva, in the same text, you said, quote, "We need to create measures beyond GDP and economies beyond the global supermarket to rejuvenate real wealth." Dr. Shiva, but how to fight these challenges for the development? How to win the enemies?
But I would not use the word enemy. I would use the word structures. There are structures of destruction that have benefited a very few, and they happen to be all men, who have imposed patriarchal categories on the world, that humans are superior to nature, that men are superior to women, whites are superior to blacks and browns, and that bundle of exclusions is what's creating all the multiple crises we face today, whether it is gender inequality or the planetary crisis of climate change and species erosion, or the economic inequality. And I do feel that together we will create another world, and that rising is not organized by someone else. No one says to the women of Argentina or Poland, rise on this. They know when to rise.
Thank you for coming to our SIPS studio and sharing this important insight with us. To our viewers, thank you for patiently viewing our interview. Now we will continue with the rest of the news from other authors presented by our friends.